今までその本屋さんでやってた仕事っていうのはいろんな人の表現物を本の形になった表現物を本屋さんという場所を通じていろんな人に伝えていくっていう作業なんですよね。今僕がやっていることっていうのはその人の表現物本ではなくていろんな自然のものを使ってそれを形にして、みんなに、届けていくっていうような仕事で結構似てるんですよね実はすごく。妻と娘が2人、犬が1匹、猫が2匹と一緒に千葉の大滝という場所で暮らしています。Mitosayaという蒸留所を経営しています。というのもやっぱり彼が作っている本がすごく良かったにもかかわらず、なぜそんなことをするんだろうっていう本があって、興味があったところにたまたまその彼が作ったお酒を飲む機会があったんですよね。でそれで僕は結構強い衝撃を受けて、それはすごく美味しかったっていうのがもともとありますし、あとはそのボトルであるとかラベルであるとかパッケージであるとかそういったものがすごく美しくて、まるでこう一冊の本のようにお酒を作ることができるんだなっていうのに感動したんですよね。で自分もそういうことができたらいいなと思って。僕自身はそこまで自分が大きく仕事を変えたっていう意識はなくて、新しい技術を学ぶっていうことはやっぱり確かにチャレンジングではあるんですけども、やっぱりそれこそが自分の興味関心があることというか、同じことをずっとやりたいわけではないので。すごくここに初めて来た時にもちろんもう閉園した場所だったのでちょっと寂しい感じではあったんだけども、その植物ここで栽培してた植物だけはその地元の人たちが引き続き維持管理していたんですね。なので夏だったんですけども状態もすごく良くて植物がたくさん生い茂っていて、それが何より素晴らしいというか。でそういった中でこの場所は、そういったことができるっていうその栽培している植物果物があって工場に使える建物があってかつそこの中で生活することもできるっていうのがやっぱり何よりも決め手になったかなと思います。Mitosayaっていうのは2つ意味があって、実っていうのはそのフルーツ瓶とかその中身のことで、鞘っていうのはその外側にあるもの。一般的にそのお酒にする何かを作る時には当然実の部分を使うことが多いんだけども、その一方でその鞘の中にもこういろんな可能性があるんじゃないかっていうのを 考えていきたいなっていうのがあるんですね。もう一つは2人の娘の名前をこうつなげたものでもあるんですね。それはやっぱり自分の仕事というよりはもう少し広く捉えて、家族の生活とか、そこに発生する日々の営みとか。やっぱり理由が欲しいんですよね、作るのに。なのでやっぱり地元の農家さんが作ってる果物を使いたいなとか、旅に行って出会った人から教えてもらったものを使おうとか、自分たちにとって理由のあるものを選んでいく。去年は多分60種類ぐらいの材料を使って製造を行ったんですよね。でそこから最終的に製品になったのが28種類ぐらい。いろんなお酒をきっかけにいろんなことを考えられるっていう。でそういう広がりがあるのがとてもいいなと思って、それを飲むと、じゃあこれは何からできてるんだろうとか、どういう料理に合わせるのがいいかなとか、たくさん種類をなんとなく作ってるのもそういう理由の一つで、いろんなものを比べることでさらに相対化できるというか。
Creating dishes is my favorite thing, and I feel I can push my boundaries through that and show who am I. And also because I have a lot of ideas in my mind. Where an artist shows his idea through a painting, I show myself throughout a dishes that I make. I grew up eating Indian food, but I never cooked Indian food before. I started my career in French cooking, and I always want to do it with the Indian flavors. In Thevar, we're serving a modern Indian cuisine with the French techniques and some flavors of Peninsula where I came from. I try my best to keep the flavor authentic, but the techniques, the way I plate it, I approach on a modern way. We want to create a totally different dining experience where you come here, you get a very authentic flavor, but it's not messy. It's just nicely plated. You have Indian-inspired cocktails, nicely paired wines. I still want a communal style where people can share, have a good time, where you can eat small tapas and have a really good cocktail. I try to keep it very casual here, where even if you wear Bermudas or slipper, you still can come dine in, because my focus is I'm just gonna serve you good food. My parents always brought us out and eat, where I really fall in love with foods, especially street foods. Penang is a heaven of street foods, where you have Malay, Indian and Chinese foods. One of my grandma's cooking that I still have in my memory is rasam. It's a savory soup, very simple, and she will cook with an anchovy sambal. It's like a side dish, and we eat it with white rice and a fried egg. And I want to put that in my menu. Oysters goes well with the vinegar or something savory and tangy kind of flavor. Rasam have similar flavor, so I recreate the dish with a rasam vinaigrette, and we top with sambal oil. You will get something that you never will get in some other restaurants. Where I try to incorporate Asian flavors or peninsula flavors, where I use a lot of lemongrass, ginger flower, and mix with Indian spices. I take a lot of notes and taste as much as I can. I add in a lot of street food, and we do a lot of R&D. I try to capture the flavors, but we recreate the entire dish. To get the flavors right is most hardest. I fail a lot. Till today, I think we create more than 300, 400 dishes. Indian food itself is too rich, too heavy in spices and creamy. So what we're trying to do here, right, we want to balance up everything. We change the ingredients, but we try to keep the authentic flavor. When I start to explore more into this, it changes me a lot. I start to adapt. The cooking have to be a bit different. When I serve something to a guest, from their first reaction when they put it in their mouth, you already know is it good or not. We can see it from their face, you know, and it's really bring me a lot of happiness. My vision for the restaurant is simple, where I cook a really good food with a good produce, good flavors, and have a happy guest.
We knew the client had seen a lot of architecture, owned a lot of artwork, has traveled a lot and has seen the world. We took it as a welcome challenge because it motivated us to do and explore things that we normally would not have thought of. And at some point, we thought that we should perhaps even do the entire house in the shape of a oval, an elliptical form.
Unconventional and curvy. In brief, that was what my mom had in mind when planning to rebuild this house, a design that is as focused on functionality as it is on the aesthetics.
We knew that the client loved nature, and along with that, we also found out that she loved curves. And we took that as an idea to explore in the architecture that we were doing. And at some point, we thought that perhaps rather than embellishing the house with curves, we thought that the elliptical form was appropriate because of the site's proximity with the botanic gardens, and its soft form lent a certain aspect of comfort, physically as well as visually.
We wanted a home that worked in harmony with nature and the greenery that surrounds us while ensuring comfort and privacy. One of our favorite features is the curved windows wrapped around the living and master bedrooms, lending natural sunlight, which helps to bring the greenery indoors to the living spaces.
The elliptical form really liberates the space, and what we are always trying to do is to define space without defying spatiality.
For my children, whether it's a sleepover with the grandma and grandpa, having their Chinese lessons, or relaxing in a quiet space, they never fail to find a cozy corner to hang out or for some quiet time.
The sanctum actually feels to me like a transition space. You come in, you can leave everything that you've been through the whole day, and then you walk through it and you kind of, you come out feeling refreshed because it's such a pure white space.
The sanctum is supposed to contain art. It is actually, as it stands right now, quite devoid of it. And it leads you to wonder, perhaps it is the nature of the space itself that is the artwork that one should enjoy. The architecture and the quality of the light has become the art itself rather than the artifacts that one would hang or put in it.
We've also designed one of many apertures in the house, one of which is over here. And as you can see, it's something that allows people to engage with the architecture. Knowing that the house would be filled with works of art, we sought to minimize whatever distractions that we could. For example, this door is designed to blend into the wall. But when you open it, it reveals another oval. And in fact, it's an elliptical powder room. You get used to seeing a wall as a wall, a door as a door. But when you do something a little different to it, then it actually catches your notice, and then you get a bit more interested and engaged with the architecture. So over here, we have one of the many works of art in the house. But surprise, it's actually a door. Now we are in one of the fingers of the house which projects from the main elliptical body, and it was designed to give the owner privacy when she swims. And we've also enclosed the whole thing in this laser cut steel motif, so to give a sense of enclosure without cutting off the outside.
The concept of peering and looking and discovering is important because we believe that architecture is about telling stories as well, about the inhabitants, the people who occupy it, as well as the site. You keep discovering the architecture in different ways, different times of the day, different times of the year, so on and so forth, and it makes the place lively and alive.